Members of the House, I will not go into all the rhetoric because you've heard everything that there is to hear. There is one thing, though, I would like to clear up, and that is about the Endangered Species Act. ESA is not mandated as a tax on every Idahoan. Idaho was not given the option to manage wolves on our own without any federal intervention. The feds had very strict rules. It was only years later did some of those rules relax, and only with delisting could we operate almost independently, but not quite, because we are still under a 5-year probation period. I believe we have about 3 left to go before we have complete control. So that is not an appropriate thing to mention. What I would like to mention, though, is our Constitution, the Idaho Constitution, Article 2, Section 1, the powers of the government. We have 3 branches of government, and I would like to remind you of that, please. And we take an oath to this. The legislative power of the state is to be vested in the House and in the Senate, not in the second floor. This bill came from the second floor. The second floor allowed or rejected what was put into this. And that is what I would like to get back to, this bill and the words that are in it. And to remind you, we are a separate branch of government, and we are independent of the executive branch. Some of our good members here have tried to get us back on course with looking at this bill in particular. And I would like you to look at page 4, line 4 and 5. This is the powers and the duties. This says that let me get a copy of the thing. The board shall perform all duties that are necessary and appropriate to implement the exchange. Now, I have read many hundreds and hundreds of bills coming through this body in the last 20 years, and I have never seen language like that. That is no kind of oversight for a legislature to put into law. 3 voting members of this body and the body across the rotunda is not oversight. 3 votes out of 19 on that board. There is no other body, politic and corporate, with these kind of issues that touch every Idahoan with such a federal mandate and enforced by this state. This bill is clearly not about true state sovereignty. It is not about fulfilling our legislative duty, nor our duty to the Constitution, nor our duty to our constituents. As the gentleman from 28 stated, this is the most important vote we probably will ever make. This bill is not the bill that we should have before us, whether you want a state or a federal exchange. This bill has tremendous problems, constitutional problems, and I would urge you to vote no. Thank you.